What is up, guys? Yonder Neku here, and we are here with another video. Brandon Herrera's update on the AK-50. Now, I've been following this for a long time. This is a day I've been looking forward to for a while. So let's get into the video and see what he has to say.
There. My name is Brandon Herrera, and this is my gun. The AK-50. It's been a long road making this baby come to life. But a couple months ago, after years of hard work and trial and error, we finally got the latest version fully finished. Or at least at the time, what felt like fully finished. We still hadn't done little things like paint it or anything, so it still kind of looked like a garage-built prototype. If you haven't seen that video yet, which statistically about 5 million of you have, which is more views than we have subscribers, and you can help change that. But the video was kind of dramatic. You know, we went really high effort on things like the
you too can help forest fires.
Deadpool-esque intro and things. It was my love letter to this project, having worked on it so long. But now I wanted to sit down, especially now that we've got it all nice, painted, and pretty. I want to sit down and talk about some of the things that we changed, some of the things we've changed since that video. And of course, we're going to shoot it at some really fun stuff. Maybe even a cameo from our friends at Ballistic High Speed. You know, as a treat. But first, you haven't even seen the painted version of this thing fire. Bet you'd like to do that.
Put it in anime paint.
I know what you want. You want to see the 50 fire.
Don't use Squidward.
Yes, let's fucking see. That recoil, man, that is... Ooh, that is... tight.
Okay, now that I got that out of my system, for now, let's go ahead and talk about the gun. And no, I'm not just talking about, well... It's black! Yeah, we painted it, but there's something else I think is really cool that we didn't get to talk about because we hadn't done it yet when we did our AK-50 video. Now, when we had the Ballistic High Speed guys come down for that video, they did some awesome high-speed shots of the AK-50 firing. But there was something that a lot of people noticed, and it was something that we all noticed right off the bat as soon as we saw the video. The AK-50 barrel whipped like a motherfucker. A lot of people ran into the comments saying, hey, I don't know if you noticed. Oh,
literally the floppy sniper from Curse Taylor's boing, boing.
Trust me, we fucking noticed. And we knew it did it pretty much immediately.
Hey, it happens in men 50 and older. Wait.
So pretty much any weapon, especially like an AK or something, is going to have a little bit of barrel whip. It's perfectly normal. Does it hurt the gun? No, it does not hurt the gun. As long as it holds 0, not really an issue. But it does look pretty violent, and to be honest, it's pretty unnecessary. As to what caused it, a muzzle brake. This is the muzzle brake that was on the AK-50 when you saw it in the big video. This is a beefier, bigger, well, 50 cal sized version of the AK muzzle brake, a great brake in my opinion, the JMAC RRD 4C. This is an awesome brake for recoil reduction, and it also works as a compensator. The way that it does this, the way that it stops muzzle rise is you see these vents here on the side of the brake itself. They're actually cut away larger on the top than they are the bottom. And so the point of that is to vent more gas. While it's venting gas out the sides, it's venting more gas out the top than it is through the bottom, meaning that it's going to be not only creating a brake that, you know, stops recoil, backward recoil, but it also pushes gas up, pushing the muzzle down. So when you normally have that muzzle climb, it helps keep the muzzle down. We didn't really think about it that much, and we just included it feature for feature, including those cutaway top vents. Not quite as dramatic as on the RRD4C, but we still put them there. What we didn't realize is that this really doesn't need a whole lot of upward compensation. It's mostly rearward recoil. In fact, if you could see the videos
the more you know.
Me in that video walking and firing it from the hip, you can very clearly see every time I fire the gun, the compensator is working too well, and it pushes the gun down dramatically. That's exactly what it was doing to the barrel, causing that crazy barrel whip. If the science behind this sort of thing interests you and you'd like to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you can always check out sdi.edu using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. But now we have a new muzzle brake, one that does not have those cutaways at the top and is working a hell of a lot better. But the real question is, does it still cause that massive barrel whip? But to answer that question, we would need to break out the high speed. Ballistic High Speed. I'm gonna stop doing that bit one day. That's right, our friends at Ballistic High Speed came down again to help us out with the Trump assassination attempt recreation video that we did here recently.
Yeah,
And while we had them down, not to let their talents go
I had
waste,
enough.
we also did a couple.
I had the sense to not do a reaction to that, although that video did have a happy ending.
Of shots with the AK-50 in high speed. So take a look at it and tell me what you think of the new break.
That is sexy. And the barrel doesn't bounce up and down though.
Now let's
Barrel
compare the
slide.
two of them together here. As you can see, changing pretty much no other factor. Just in changing that muzzle brake and removing those cuts from the top, our barrel whip is dramatically
A barrel
reduced.
whip,
So in
my
the words
bad.
of a great scholar, great success.
But real quick, this video
Great
was made
success.
possible by our friends over at TacPack. TacPack is a tactical subscription box where you can get cool stuff like grips, tourniquets, oddly fitting while talking about an experimental 50 cal, big-ass knives, rangefinders, which have been in the news lately for
Uncomfortable
redacted, sweet merch,
reasons.
and more. And new subscribers can use the code AKGUY, which gets you a free EDC kit valued at $65 with your first TacPack. So if you use the code AKGUY, the total value of your TacPack Plus will be $325.
I might actually have to check that
So go ahead and
deal
check them out
out.
using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. We appreciate them. Back to the video.
ADD break. You really need to get a sponsor for this. So it doesn't take a ballistician. Is that the word for that? Ballistician? Balls.
Balls do have a stick.
Penis.
Yeah, who put that there? It doesn't take a ballistically minded individual to know that a 50 BMG will pass through a White Claw. So we just put a little pyramid of 5 here, just again, showing power of 50 BMG, and because, well,
Because it's awesome.
No, I'd be upset at the waste of alcohol, but White Claw kinda sucks anyway, so.
all right, so let's see, who's calling me? So I know this is zeroed pretty decent for like 50 to 100, but let's see if it's zeroed for like 15 feet. 3, 2, 1.
It just fucking exploded.
I always forget how cool that is. That was
Fucking
neat.
exploded.
That is just neat.
There's nothing there. Just.
Get out here. People ask me, oh, don't you think the White Claw bit? It's getting a little tired. I never fucking get
Nope.
tired of it. I just love the concussive force because there's no way that all of these even got hit. They just got smashed. Oh, geez, just look at that. Look at how twisted the aluminum is just from the pressure. Just shredded. This is not one that even got a bullet. It's just the energy of the first one. Actually, this is a great bit. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna show it. People always have this fucking thing. They're like, oh, if a 50 cal passes this close to you, oh, it's gonna blow your head apart, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the same ballistic experts that think that, you know, Trump wasn't hit by a bullet because if it grazed his ear, it would have blown his head off because it's a fucking dangerous assault rifle, all this shit. And everybody quotes.
You know, I wish the 5.56 was half as powerful as liberals make it out to be. It'd be a much cooler round.
That video where the guy shot next to a deer and killed it with concussion. It's like, these people don't fucking think, or they're just bad at math, but that's not how bullets work, and I'm really tired of hearing it. Can you tell I've been putting a lot of thought into this recently? You saw what the energy effect on a target was from White Claws that were behind one that was already impacted. So it was blowing out and expanding, and it was just a lot of
Where's
violent
this
shit happening really
going?
quick. I'm gonna sail around in between these two cans, and we're gonna see my prediction. You know, I'm no ballistician, but my prediction is jack fucking shit happens. So just to prove that it's going in between the two, I'm gonna put this one behind it. Behind, in front. So clearly, if this has a crazy shockwave, it's gonna blow these two apart, right? Making retards on Twitter shut up.
You know, for a second I was worried there'd be a head there. It's like, look, Brandon, I love you. You don't gotta.
3, 2, 1. Crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it might have been hit by the can, but
So
yeah.
the White Claw cans I shot between are completely fine. They're intact, fully, I mean, nothing fucking happened to them. There's not even a mark on the side of the can. Like there was still condensation sweat on them. The only thing that happened was when this claw can got exploded, the piece of it flew forward and knocked that one over. But that's about it. Look, the 50 cal is obscenely powerful, but if it had enough force behind it to impart lethal force on everything around it, the air, everything, for the entire duration of its 3-mile flight time, it would probably stop dead in its tracks after like fucking 18 feet. I don't know, there's a math equation for this somewhere. It's cool. Hopefully we learned something today. If I hear this myth regurgitated,
Oh, not gonna lie. That was a pretty hot pose.
one more fucking time, I'm gonna
No
stand next to a
homo.
50. Another cool element that was added to the AK-50 that I really, really did want to talk to you guys about is this little ring right here behind the muzzle brake.
Excuse me.
So there's a lot of things about the AK-50 that make it an AK, not just the name. It's a long stroke, gas-operated, rotating bolt rifle. The bolt and carrier are identical to AK, except the piston actually pivots, which is a PKM thing, also designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov. Basically just a big belt-fed AK. The riveted front trunnion that contains the lockup system, the rear trunnion, the fact that this takes an AK, a standard AK pistol grip, a standard AK fire control group, trigger, hammer,
half
all
the
that.
stuff
Behold,
is, but
an
it's
AK.
cool.
What we did is we just scaled everything up appropriately to be able to, again, fire 50 BMG out of Barrett mags, which was the whole goal from day one, and I think I'm actually very proud of the way this turned out. But I would
real
never turn down
love
the
child
opportunity to make it a
between
little bit
West
more
and
AK. That's
East.
exactly what we did up front here. So what we added was a muzzle detent, which is exactly what AKs have on their front sight blocks. So I push this in, and I can now rotate and take off the muzzle brake. And so that is a detent that pushes in and catches it. Just like
sort of
on your
unscrew it.
standard AK. Although this isn't really an AK. What this is an IO AK. If you're not familiar with what that is, this is notoriously the worst brand of AK that's ever been made. Although a lot of people are really
It's the high point of AKs.
vying for that spot. This is like some old garbage shit that came out when, everybody was, trying to get an American made, made in the USA, but they didn't respect the platform. They just thought you could throw it together, cast trunnions and just shitty quality control. I mean, this is just fucking garbage. Spun rivets, use the barrel as a bucking bar. I can go on and on. This just trust me when I say garbage tier firearm. And somebody actually gave this to us, to the channel, on the condition that we do one thing in particular with it. We feed it to the AK-50. But I figured, why waste just a standard 50 cal round on it when we can go a little bit bigger? We can hit it with something with a little bit more oomph. Like, I don't know, Mark 211 Ralphus. If you want to take out a vehicle, you use 50 cal. You want to take out an armored vehicle, you use Ralphus. Explaining this video to my 16-year-old self is literally fucking impossible. Shooting an AK with the AK-50 in 3, 2, 1. Holy fuck!
That's my
I
reaction.
don't know what I was expecting, but it certainly was not that. I would say good effect on target.
Fucking exploded.
I shot it right, like, in the bolt carrier, and I didn't expect it to blow the fucking handguard to pieces. Holy shit. Look at that. Ralphus does not fuck around.
Fucking
Holy fuck. Only marginally more dangerous than shooting an IO. The bolt is still locked in the trunnion. Ironically, this is the exact way that they blow up with that fucking locking lug flying off the gun. Sent jets of copper all into the cam groove as well. Ironically, the bolt carrier is pretty okay. The crazy part is it fucking blew the gun in half. I think I just made this gun worth owning. Oh yeah, here we go. Got our recoil spring assembly. It's a little twisted. Safe to say, this gun is never going to be a danger ever again. To its user, of course. Well, if that's what you mean by taking dangerous guns off the street, then you probably belong here on the channel. You should consider subscribing. I love you. But anyway.
I love you too.
This is the AK-50. I think she looks fucking great with the new coat of paint. I like the new additions to the gun. Also, the carry handle really makes this a lot easier to lug around. I see why Barrett added it. Very, very easy quality of life improvement. As you can see, there's still a lot of cool shit we can do with
That
the
is
AK-50. Some gnarly
fucking
shit we can shoot
beautiful.
it at, and some gnarly shit we can shoot out of it. I had an idea that involved a certain Kentuckian and maybe testing this thing out with some slap rounds. But if you'd like to see stuff like that, be sure
I get that reference.
subscribe to the channel. And if you have recommendations, things that you'd like to see us shoot with the AK-50, or like I said, shoot out of it, or maybe a combination of both, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. We do read comments. It's probably not good for mental health, but we do like to hear what you guys think of the videos and what you'd like to see going forward.
I know what I must comment,
Thank you so much for staying
but I'm
all the way
not
to
sure if I have the strength to do it. Well,
the end, and I
Great.
will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video.
nice.
Bye.
Alright, thank you for watching. If you thought I had anything insightful to say, like my commentary, my reactions, please like, share, and subscribe. And planning a big project soon. Catch y'all next time.